you only get one home tournament a year, so we relish this moment, and especially winning last year. So we are the defending champs.
Last year's win was the team's first home tournament in the victory for more than 20 years. Fresno State is in third place as round 2 is underway. Jaden Hunter and Jake Betancourt are currently leading the Dogs. They are both under par for the second round.
From the men's side to the women's side, the Fresno State women's team is hosting its second tournament of the season, the Fresno State Classic. This year's tournament is at Fort Washington Golf and Country Club. The field includes teams like Cal Poly, CSU Bakersfield, and even Idaho State. Last year, the Bulldogs finished third. The Dogs are currently in 6th place at 24 over. Vanessa Vu is leading the team after an opening round of 2 and over and is 1 over in her second round.
Now let's dive into water polo. The Bulldogs are looking ahead to Azusa Pacific for a win after the loss of LMU in LA over the weekend. The Dogs fought the Lions to the very end but fell short from 12-9. But freshman Noah McCarskey scored her first career hat trick in the game. Women's water polo takes on Azusa Pacific this Saturday.
Fresno State Track and Field wrapped up the competition at the Credit Union Mountain West Indoor Championships in Reno, Nevada. Liz Tarski captured gold in the high jump, defended her title with a personal best of 1.84 meters. Senior Maria Lawson added points in the hammer throw, finishing 6th with a personal best, 17.78 meters. In the long jump, Madison Hutton placed 6th, adding 3 points, while Janae Heffernan also contributed with a 9th place finish. Fresno State finishes 9th in the women's team standing with 35 points, highlighted by gold personal best marks and strong senior performances. Now, one athlete that really stood out to me is track athlete Liz Starcy. She captured gold in the high jump, and she also, defended her title with a personal best. And her performance not only adds to the Bulldogs' success, but it also highlights the talent that there is in women's sports. But also, she's inspiring the next generation, both on and off the field. Alexis, who is your international women?
I think you're totally right, Fernanda, and I think highlighting women's sports is so important right now because March is Women's International Month. So I think the one athlete that does stand out to me is going to be Haley Andres in water polo, as she does so many great things for the program, but also too, she's the lead scorer right now in water polo. So I really like her, and softball has been really dominating right now.
Yeah, and if we go back to Liz, she shows how female athletes are breaking records. She's pushing boundaries. So that's really something that we can shout her out for being International Women's Day. And that's a wrap. Coming up after the break, we recap on the NBA action from the weekend.
Plus, coming up, Singer Apache Soccer and their historic Valley Championship win.
I got the Bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that Bulldog spirit up in my head. Up in my head to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that Bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes, I got that Bulldog spirit. Down in my toes, hey! Down in my toes to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit. Up in my head, deep in my heart. Down in my toes, I got that Bulldog spirit. All over me to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit.
Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart, deep in my heart. I got that Bulldog spirit.
The Lady Diamond Dogs now have a perfect 4-0 tournament record to add to the season's wins. Fresno State softball took the field in Stockton at the Libby Manson tournament over the weekend, winning all 4 games. Senior Lauren Karenko was the star this weekend as she had her first career no-hitter in a 4-0 win over UC San Diego. The Dogs followed that with a 5-4 extra inning recovery over Pacific, and they close out Saturday with 2 more wins, including a 3-0 shutout. The Dogs will be at CSU Bakersfield tomorrow for their next matchup. The Fresno State Diamond Dogs earned their first series win over Stanford in 27 years. The Dogs dropped a close series opener. Stanford was down to their last out in the bottom of the ninth when Brock Saller hit a walk-off RBI triple. Stanford took Game 1, 6-5. The Diamond Dogs come back in Game 2, erupting for 15 runs. Freshman Marcus Nolan hit his second home run of the season to the 15-4 victory. Game 3 started off with a bang as the Diamond Dogs did all their work within the first 4 innings, which included a 6-run fourth inning. BJ Rodriguez struck out the final batter in the ninth, clinching the series win for Fresno State.
The Fresno State Ice Hockey Club spring season is underway. They just hosted their first game against Santa Rosa Junior College. Fabian Ornelas is sitting with assistant head coach Ben Nottmeyer.
Hello everyone, I'm sitting with my good friend here, Ben Nottmeyer, the assistant coach to Fresno Ice Hockey Club. How you doing, Coach?
Pretty good, pretty good.
I want to welcome you to our studio.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit. When it comes to recruiting players, like international players, like Pacey Nelson, I just want to know, what is your main focus when pitching Fresno State hockey?
Yeah, we try to sell the academic side here, right? We have a lot of great programs here. For example, Pacey's here for the drama program. We know we have a great sports program, so we try to sell them on those aspects.
Yeah, the scholars are so much. Like you got Keanu, who's here for the Masters. Yeah. I want to know, how much do your local players like Captain Landon Welch play to selling Fresno State hockey?
Yeah, they play a huge part, right? I think it's important for people who aren't from Fresno to realize that there's a lot of stuff to do around here, and there's great things and great opportunities to do. And so I think that having those local players can help them realize those things, right?
Yeah, you mentioned Pacey, who's an international player. Yeah. That theater program is so much big here. And to me, it seems like you're selling more than just ice time. Mm-hmm. I think you're selling more opportunities. 100%. And I think that's great, especially for local players and international players. I wanted to know, like, how much more focus does it come in sports for them and scholars? Yeah, I think a lot of the kids that are playing for us are here to get their degree, right? They're looking towards their future. They want to play because they love hockey. Right. And we offer them that opportunity. Cool. Coach, I want to thank you for your time. Yeah, thank you. I think he's selling more than just playing time. He's selling them opportunities. And back to you guys back in the desk.
Thank you, Fabian. But from thousands of miles away, Barcelona and Fresno may have big differences between them. But for soccer player Laura Moss, both places have become home and part of the journey towards a new life opportunities. Kimberly Preciado shows us her new path to the Central Valley.
Laura Mas began playing soccer at a young age in Spain, training with the FC Barcelona Academy, but the opportunity to compete at collegiate level in the U.S. pushed her to take a step into her future.
Fresno seemed like the place that was like similar to home.
Her international experience has not only shaped her game, but also has influenced this team dynamic.
Our captain this previous year, and I thought that she just did such a good job of, like, obviously leading people, but just being a good person.
For Laura, this isn't just a field. It represents her games, her practices, her teammates, and the courage to leave her home, her family, and friends to become a Fresno State Bulldog.
She's very technical. She has a great sense of the game, where she should be on the field, how she can make her teammates better on the field.
Ma says this journey has transformed her not just as an athlete, but as a person.
Everyone's different. Everyone brings something to the table. So doing that for myself was something that meant a lot to me.
From the Fresno State soccer field, Kimberly Preciado, Fresno State Focus.
For now, she's focused on helping the Bulldogs succeed this season, both in the classroom and on the field, getting ready for the upcoming game that is on August 6th at 7 p.m. Sanger High School soccer team is celebrating a big win. The Division I Valley Championship is theirs. Not only did Sanger beat Clovis High 2-0 to win the D1 Valley Championship, but also it's a historic win, the first for any Sanger High sports team in 50 years.
message to the boys was like, you've done this already. It's just another game. There's no need to put any extra pressure on yourselves. And so our plan the entire week of Valley Championship was, let's keep you focused. Let's keep you on the same routines. No need to overthink anything.
Now the Sanger Apaches are looking ahead as they qualified for the Division I State Northern Region playoffs as the 8th seed and will take on Davis High tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Ticket demand for the 2026 FIFA World Cup is breaking records, and the tournament is still months away. FIFA reports hundreds of millions of ticket requests have poured in worldwide. Officials expect every match across the U.S., Mexico, and Canada to sell out. Prices have been a major breaking point, with some knockout round and final tickets reaching thousands of dollars. However, some fans and activists are calling for a boycott over U.S. immigration policies and federal enforcement actions. A small number of ticket cancellations are reported. Still, no national teams have withdrawn, and FIFA says preparations are moving forward as planned. With 48 teams, 3 host nations, and global attention, the 2026 World Cup is shaping up to be one of the most demand and politically watched tournaments in the history. Let's see how our California teams did in the NBA action yesterday. The Clippers were firing all cylinders, smacking the Pelicans 137-117 at home. 5 players scored in double digits, with Kawhi Leonard leading the way, dropping 23 points. Nicholas Batum proved once again that even at his age, he can still get it done, coming off the bench and knocking down a trio of bombs from beyond the arc. The Clippers' record improves 28-31. The Pelicans fell to a dismal 19-43. The Lakers were also at home hosting the Kings and putting a beat down on the basement dwellers, winning 128-104. Luka and LeBron took charge, scoring a combined 52 points and 14 assists in the blowout. Tonight at 7, the Clippers take a short trip to the Bay to face the 8th-place Warriors in a game with a serious playoff implications. The Clips are in the 9th place in the West and trail the Dubs by 2.5 games going on into this one.
And that's it for our show. Thanks for joining us for our first Focus on Sports show of the semester.
I'll bring you more during our sports block on Wednesday. That will be our very first Fresno State Focus newscast of the semester. We'll see you then.